Hello, Libra. Welcome to your April reading. I'm Nicholas Ashbaugh. It's good to see everybody. We have Apollo hanging out in the background, taking a little bit of a nap, so we'll let him be, because we have a lot to talk about, and I want to get into that. One quick housekeeping note before I get into channel messages. The reason this has taken about 10 days to come out is I was dealing with a failure of my heating and air conditioning unit here in the apartment, and it caused a leak. I've been dealing with all of the sort of behind the scenes stuff, and I will eventually be transferring to a new unit in my building. So sometimes life gets in the way, but I'm here now and I have a lot to talk about. So let's get into that. Okay, so we're going to talk about channel messages, and in dreams and meditation, there were a lot of things that came forth. The first thing from Spirit was this circular motion. I saw someone kind of driving in circles. That's the way it came through in the vision. For me, this is representing kind of like a habit or activity or just way of thinking that isn't really allowing you to progress forward. It's circular. And the invitation was to get off of that sort of cycle and get out and try something new, try a new path. As I watched the person get out of the car and stop driving in circles, there was also like an interaction between friend, family member, loved one, someone that they cared about. It was a little heated. There were unspoken words. So if there's something that has been on your chest, it can be anything. I love you, I'm sorry, or maybe there's something that's in the past where you were hurt and you need to express that. This is the time to find a way that best works for you, whether it's just meditating and releasing it or having an actual conversation. The karma's presenting itself, okay? And I think that once you're able to get clarity on where you stand with that person, make amends if you want to, or cut ties if you need to, then you'll be able to move forward. That was one of the things that was kind of keeping you in the loop. The second thing that came through was all around accountability, but accountability tied to conversation, verbal contracts, or announcements. If you say you're going to do something, follow through. And also, it felt as if people may want you to have a plan. So if you say, I'd like to see this, or I'm going to do this, they'll say, great, how and when. So planning is really, really important, as is executing on the plan. So when you communicate, make sure you're giving yourself ample time and space to accomplish things. Don't overpromise, basically. Be realistic with your time and energy. Be accountable with the contracts verbally that you make, and of course, anything written. And that should set you into a good tone for this month. What I do see, if we were to combine all of these, is you're getting ready for a breakthrough. You're breaking out of the circular energy. You're getting clear and clean of an old karmic sort of like baggage in your relationships that might also be inhibiting someone new. Because I feel like new friendship or love is on the horizon. Particularly when you have to clean things out, it's usually in preparation for something better. And the accountability piece is so that you can be successful. Because if people see that you are prepared, accountable, and dependable, that also opens up new doors. So all of this is actually just to prep you for success, but they are just a few. The guides were very clear, particularly for your sign, on what to do to succeed. So with that being said, let's shuffle the cards and see what else Spirit has to say. And just one note I forgot to mention, there probably will be some noises from the street since the window's open behind me. Apologies in advance if you hear any of the city sounds. Okay, as I'm shuffling the cards, I'd like you to close your eyes. Imagine that you are seated in a circle of light. You can imagine that the sun is shining directly overhead, connecting you to source, creating some boundaries and space in your life so that you can receive the messages. And in this circle of light, let's welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. Okay, let's begin with your Catalyst card. So we have a consciousness message coming through, and before I even read the tiny paragraph beneath it, allowing your higher consciousness to come through, and because this is also the color of the throat chakra, speaking your truth, speaking from an authentic place is going to be really important. That authenticity is, I think, one of the cornerstones this month to your success and happiness. Sometimes when we receive downloads, like the High Priestess and Magician cards would represent, when the cards are reversed like this, it can represent this feeling of, oh, maybe this isn't it, or you're kind of like tuning out to something that is coming through, guided and clear from source, but there's doubt. Don't doubt your consciousness or your instincts. Also, it feels like you're in a point in life where if you can't sort of like grow, mentally, consciously, energetically, there's this feeling of stagnation. So if you're feeling that block, speak up or look for another avenue. That's the cycle. Sometimes what's familiar doesn't actually help you progress. All right, we'll read the very long title or not the title, but the description at the bottom, and I'll try to summarize it. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. Take time to meditate. There's another way to write this, because there's a lot coming through. Pay attention to signs and signals around you. Spirit is constantly guiding you, constantly assisting you, but it can only maximize its impact if you're aware of it. So we're looking at awareness and multidimensional. There's so much more to each person, place, and thing in your life than you might be realizing, including some of those karmic relationships. They will stop repeating when you release the karma. So I will look at that. If people show up, we'll see what karmically might be happening. But awakening. This is a month of awakening and heightening your consciousness so that you can see beyond the moment. I really like the sound of that, by the way. I think that might be your title for today, because sometimes we get so focused on one little distraction that it takes away our ability to focus on what's important. So see beyond the moment. All right, as I just gaze across all of the cards here, I'd like to celebrate the fact that there's not a lot of tricky energy present. I don't see Devil, Ten of Swords, or Tower. I do see accountability in the form of the moon. I do see a need to basically put yourself out there and ask for more sometimes, but I don't want to skip ahead too much. Let's start with your center card, which really sets the tone for the reading. All right, so we have the Princess or the Page of Cups in the reverse position. So whenever we have one of the Cups court cards reversed, it's saying, I need to let this go. I need to clear my heart before I can welcome in something else. These are receptive energies. In the upright position, it's like a satellite or a cup or a chalice, but it's saying, I'm ready to receive. But before I can do that, I need to share some thoughts. So a Page of Cups in reverse is saying what we kind of talked about with the karmic relationship. This hurt, or I'm sorry, or I need this, or I like/don't like something about the situation. Speaking about your emotions in a non-confrontational way so that you can diffuse, so that you can release and eventually elevate your own sort of emotions to get into that receptive place. It's okay to express yourself. Like the old Madonna song, express yourself. Absolutely. Okay? Now, things may just also be rolling into your life a little bit faster than you expect. I'm looking at all of the waves around the page, and when it's reversed, you could just be feeling like things are coming at you from all angles. Having boundaries, asking for help, and just really practicing good self-care. Sleeping, eating well, exercising, reaching out to others if you need counseling or support. This will help you feel grounded, and that's going to allow you to receive more. Because you can't really take on something new until you've grounded your energy. And as a fellow air sign, as a fellow Libra, I understand how challenging it can be sometimes to just ground yourself. But this month in particular, it's essential. Because crossing this card, we have something fantastic. And this is going to diffuse and clarify what we see in the deep past, which is your karma. We have Queen of Pentacles. She is all about growth, empowerment. Yes, she's also about this. figuring out a way to take that consciousness and create something grounded from it. But look at the little symbols on here. We have a snake, that's power. We have the bunny rabbit, which is fertility, speed, and abundance. So wherever you are now, by month's end, you have the capacity to make amazing progress by leaps and bounds, provided that you take care of whatever might be coming through emotionally. And then, just like she has that one pentacle there, just like a little baby, she's going to put her energy into one thing that matters the most, or a selection of things that really she knows that she can make an impact on. She's not afraid to ask for what she needs. As you look at the branches around her crown chakra, that's also about connecting, tuning in. Does this make sense? Have I considered this? Am I asking for enough? Like, she's really tuning in and kind of asking those questions to herself before speaking, before acting, and before executing on the plans that we talked about. You have a chance to get on top of your money. You have a chance to make better decisions with how you spend your time and energy. And you may feel more creative. This is birthing, nurturing, and creating. It's one of the best cards if you want to see something take form or shape, literally or figuratively. Some of you might be pregnant too, or just downloading a really great idea. What I'm seeing is something new coming into your energy, and it can take multiple forms. But I'm very excited about this. It's a very positive card, and it shows you that the sooner you find a way to sort of square off the emotions, the sooner you can get into this abundant energy, okay? Let's take a look at what's coming through in the deep past. This is the karma that I was picking up on in relationships, but also in your own life. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position, someone on the outside looking in. You can pair this up with the traditional version of the card in which we see two people not really able to support each other and not really taking advantage of the support available to them, partially because there's this feeling of rejection or inadequacy from a lack of support, from a lack of belief, from a lack of resources in the past. And it doesn't matter if it was yesterday, last year, or when you were a kid. A lot of times it does come from school and childhood days. So you might want to look back at a past hiccup or roadblock and realize that was one instant. It does not define your life. In fact, if anything, what I typically do in my own life is use that to motivate me to prove them wrong. Like, hey, I'll show you. This is how far I can go. I've talked about that before, that like when I was in school, I didn't have a lot of support in the early years, first, second, third grade. And when my parents moved me across the U.S., I had a better system and I flourished. But I also decided for my own just kind of like happiness, I would go as far as I wanted in like college and grad school. And so it became a motivating force. It can be like that for you. You don't have to let people demotivate you. You can actually use it as fuel or fire to excel. This can come from a parent. You're not good enough. You'll never be able to do this. It can come from a teacher. You're not smart enough. It can come from a doctor. You're not well enough. These things can actually, first of all, sometimes they're just subjective. But if there is a block in your life, they can be unblocked by you, by your own work. This is the opportunity. See yourself as already being there. This person feels separated from the potential by that past block, but now is not then. So you have to sort of imagine that you're already there and just leap towards it, okay? If someone offers you something and it's less than your worth, say no and advocate for more. If you're giving your time and energy to a person, place, or an organization where you're just kind of like leaving feeling completely spent, clearly that's a sign from spirit that it's time to disengage and instead connect to something that levels you up and at least returns on your energetic investment. So karmically, you are worthy. There may be hurt feelings from you and or someone else that need to be resolved. When this is done, it sets the sort of bedrock and foundation for something better in the future. And that's what it's all about. It's in the past, though, but it's worth addressing all of this. From a health perspective, this can just be a wake-up call to take better care of yourself. A lot of times this is about circulation in the legs, maybe a previous injury here, or just getting sick or burning yourself out, all of which don't have a time or place at your table right now. We have to focus on bigger, better, brighter things. Okay, in the recent past, we have beautiful energy, and I do feel like you're setting the stage for someone new to come into your life. Friend, peer, business colleague sort of, or maybe a love interest if you're looking. So for those single and looking, keep doing the work on yourself, particularly this. Think to yourself, I'm worthy. Clear any sort of emotional scars. Focus on personal development. It's a great time to go to school. It's a great time to focus on physical fitness and all types of wellness. This is going to basically make you the person that you're looking for. Like whatever you want in someone else, create it in your life. Stability, availability, independence, etc., etc. Basically embody the qualities that you seek. Get out there and mix and mingle. Four of Wands is great for just the more people you know, the more people you can meet, the more connections it will open up to you. It is about quality over quantity, but just starting small is a good thing. 3 or 4 people. Start to focus on some core relationships that matter, and you'll start to connect yourself to this Four of Wands. This is also super magnetic and persuasive energy. So if you need to get support for something, let's say like in business, that can happen. In existing relationships, it's about making it solid, saying, let's do this. Let's do this for the long haul. So maybe you're moving in with someone or proposing or getting married or just saying, let's make this exclusive. Crowning card. This is one of the potential blocks this month. It is coming through in like what's going on in your headspace. The moon in reverse. Fear that history will repeat itself. For some of you, it's a trust card. Someone cried wolf, someone lied, someone didn't do what they said before, therefore, it's going to happen again. No, not really. You're wiser now. Look at the Eye of Providence right here in the path. That is showing that you can see it from a new angle. You can sniff it out before it even approaches you. So this is why, with the consciousness card, trust what you're receiving. Also, because we're looking at throat chakra energy, take people at their word sometimes, not like naively, but when someone reveals something, particularly if they say, that they're not good enough for you, that you could do better, that they don't think they're that into something, that's okay. Say thank you for letting me know. And then just drop it and focus on something else. You freed yourself and you freed them. It's disappointing sometimes to have those revelations, but if people reveal their truth, accept it, believe it. There is a sort of path of stars leading to that Eye of Providence and the moon in the background, which is saying if you don't get distracted by competition, if you stay accountable, because sometimes this card is challenged by truthfulness. So be truthful, be clear, stay accountable, stay actionable, and as long as you keep moving down the path, you're going to be fine. This is also really, really psychic, but it's instinct over sometimes like vivid clairsentience or clairaudience. It's saying, I just feel like this is what I need to do. It's you feel it in your bones, you feel it in your gut. That's the moon. Trust your gut, please, please. Speaking of your body, this has to do with hydration. Some of you may need to drink a little bit more water or pay attention to what you're putting into your body because alcohol and caffeine have, effects that basically require more hydration. So be as clear and clean with what you're putting into your body as possible. Also, when we're looking at organs in the body, this can be the bladder. And so again, make sure that you're consuming enough liquid so that you can get rid of toxicity in your body. And it can also be reproductive organs. I do see a potential this month to get pregnant. So if you're working on fertility medication or you're tracking your cycle, I think you have a great chance. You and your partner can get pregnant if you want, okay? Possibly even a surprise pregnancy, or there could be, I'm looking at the 2 animals on here. I'm like, it could be twins. I usually see that with the 6 of Cups, but I'm getting a little vibe of that here as well, okay? Near future, 3 of Wands, reversed. Things are happening faster than you think. Be ready and willing to look in a different direction or accept something at a time that doesn't feel like, wow, this is happening faster than I thought, or it's taking a little longer, but it still feels good. Timelines can constantly shift. The directions from which opportunities come have an ability to shift as well. Be open to it. We see someone here with their vision sort of fixed over the ocean. The ships are so far in the distance here. It's happening, but they might miss it if they were distracted. So believe that it can happen. Look in more directions and don't fall asleep at the wheel when it comes to something that you're trying to do, because this is something where there's no more room for procrastination. If you put something off 2 or 3 times, it's time to get it done now. a gentle nudge from spirit, because the connection, the synchronicities here, it's waiting for you. And when you start to take action on it, you're going to start to see some movement. Those three birds, very much a symbol of air, almost like communication. There could be multiple options and opportunities that are coming through, not just one, and that could be part of the surprise or part of the challenge. You find yourself at a sort of like fork in the road. Your path may be something completely different from those two, or it may require your instincts, your internal sort of consideration. This is a great card for travel. So if you want to book a trip to make something happen, like an important meeting for business, or if you want to meet with someone and talk to them about how you feel or resolve a familial issue, all of those things are comprised within this Three of Wands, and it's saying, yeah, let's do this. Now is the time, okay? Let's take a look at you. Many of you have been through the ringer. There's a lot that's been going on mentally, energetically, physically. And it's time to rebuild and take care of yourself. What I love about the Nine of Wands is it is a card that is connected to perseverance and survival. So not only can you complete whatever's in front of you, but you will, provided that you rest and also kind of like contextualize this. Know that you've come so far that there's nowhere to go but up, and you're going to finish what you started. We see a person here rebounding. When it comes to healing from a physical ailment, give yourself time, but also it's showing the importance of exercise. And when it comes to something that was really difficult to process mentally, that also takes time for rebounding. Normally, this person would have a bandage across their forehead, and it shows that you need a break to sort of like release some of the mental stress. It will find other ways to go throughout your body if you don't, like clenching your jaw or insomnia or nerves in the stomach or something. So exercise and meditation are so important. I know I sound like a broken record on that, but it really, really is vital. I've been amping it up quite a bit. So for myself, I'm making sure that I take breaks after these readings and hop on the treadmill or do a workout or walk the dog or walk with neighbors at night. I kind of, have gotten very much into that so that I could take care of my stress and my body. So take it from me, it actually does make a difference. It might take up to a month or two to see the progress, but you're going to feel good and or better almost immediately. Gently take care of yourself. Don't push yourself. That is showing multiple steps and iterations. I mentioned on a daily that success is iterative, meaning that one step at a time. So 1, 2, well, there's 9. I don't have to count it. So it might take up to a couple of months to see all of the progress that you want. I really think this is your month to level up, Libra. As I was looking at this, I was reminded of an old TV theme song from the TV show Felicity from the WB. And the song was called A New Version of You. And the lyrics were, I need a new version of you, I need a new version of me. And I really feel like that's what's happening this month. And they're in partnerships. There's a chance to level up. It depends on the partner if they want to do it, because we're seeing lots of pairs as I look at all of these. So really focus on your own leveling up and give people a chance to meet you. But I'm looking at all of these and I'm like, these are previous versions of you. This is the strongest one yet, okay? Now, in the environment, fantastic. Speaking of strength, we have it here, literally. So the strength card is showing also what you're inviting in, because like energy attracts like energy. So you are stronger than you think. So much stronger than you were in the deep past here in the Five of Pentacles. So lean into your strength. Try something new. This is a card that also is connected to the ability to overcome an obstacle of any size or depth. Typically, she would be putting her hands in the mouth of the lion to get it to say or do what she wants, but it's already tame. This time around, things can be so much easier, provided that you step into a situation with confidence, clarity, and this feeling of being assured, like, I know that this can work. She is confident. The lion is confident. Things are moving. We can also see this fiery energy coming from her as well. Lots of creative and lots of sort of leadership force are embodied within this card. There could be a Leo coming into your life. Whatever challenge you have, you're going to get through it. You're going to be stronger for it. And this is tied back to the channel messages where I said, come into an announcement or a launch with this absolute clarity of how it's all going to come together because it will set you up as a leader. People will be surprised with your capacity to problem solve and just push through a situation, okay? And if you were dealing with any problems in your health, as evidenced by this in the past, it's changing now, it's improving now. One thing that I am learning as I am going through some stuff, I believe in the miraculous ability for the human body to heal and rebound and surprise doctors, scientists, and you. So open up a little bit of room in your life for miracles and then do the work. This can be strength training. This can be getting stronger, strength in body, mind, and spirit. It's a multi-dimensional sort of approach per this card. You can't just focus on one. The body directly relates to how you feel and how you think. And if you feel stronger, the mind and the body can kind of help you do more. So it's chicken and the egg. If you take care of one and another, you're just going to suddenly wonder, why didn't I do this earlier? How did I get here? This is so good. Don't focus on how far you are from your goal. Big key to success. Just take a step every day. One day you'll wake up and think, wow, okay? And you'll have that before and after moment. Hopes, fears, and opportunities. This is one of 3 limiting cards, but the rest of these are good. It's not the worst card, though. 4 of Pentacles in reverse is saying, I'm getting out of the box. I'm letting it go. I love that we have this moth in the background rising up. So the 4 of Pentacles, that 4th Pentacles typically right over the heart. And it represents holding on to a person, a place, or a thing because it's what's close to you, because it's what's expected. Even understanding that all the while, you're not getting what you want or need. But now you don't have to do it anymore because what you're seeing the old patterns and you're like, this is just a sort of loop that isn't actually allowing me to level up. So don't hold back. Paint with a broad stroke. Speak with more passion and with more flair. Be yourself and get out of the box. Get out of it's like the wizard behind the curtain. Just be your true self. It's going to get you further, farther, faster. The moth in the background is beautiful because this is a nocturnal symbol and it's about waking up, or even just sort of like the messages that might come through in your dreams and early or late parts of the evening. Because it's a liminal space, the veil is thinner, so you might be able to connect with guides, connect with loved ones, or just get a clear picture of it. I get so much information right before I go to bed and right after I wake up, sometimes in the middle of the night, and I dictate it so that I don't forget. Do the same. You'll be glad that you did. It's no longer acceptable to do more and get less. This is about the very next card here, finding balance. So typically this card would show scales, but here we're just focusing on the reciprocity, same message, different vision. Actually, if we look really close, the scales are so tiny. She's holding the scales there in this side by the opposite of the flowers. So it's about asking yourself, is this enough for me? Is this the right time? And then, because hands are always going to be outstretched. I want more. I want this. Can we have this now? You have to eventually say, I can do this. I can't do that. I'm willing to do this, but it's going to have to wait until this time. Discernment, decisiveness, and leadership. And if you make smart decisions, we are seeing an evolution here. So this is the past and this is the future. And this is just something that's going through your head. So it doesn't really fit in the chronology of this. So we're going from 5 to 6, which is advancement. This, we don't want to take a step back. We're not going to take less, okay? So ultimately, I love where this is headed. Balance, abundance, and making room for this. Saying no allows you to focus on this gigantic pentacle that the Queen of Pentacles wants to bring forth, okay? Now we're going to extend this forecast to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Before I do that, a reminder that now I do offer private readings, and I'm doing this because for this next portion of the reading, I'm going to move a little bit more quickly. But if you want to take a deeper dive, go to my website. You can find out more about that there. All right, now back to the expanded forecast. We're going to start off first with health, which is your mind, body, and spirit, and take a look and see what's coming through. As we take a look at the card that came through for health, it's the King of Cups in reverse, which nicely connects to the page that we got earlier, but let's talk about this. particularly this illustration. So I'm going to turn it upright just so we can look at it. In the very corner, we can see a little tentacle or arm from an octopus or squid representing being roped in or pulled into someone else's drama. Whoever that might be, whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, or someone else, it's important, I would actually say essential this month, to create some boundaries. You don't have to say yes to everybody. You don't need to get pulled into these situations. So remember to create those boundaries. I'm also looking at him toss that one cup over his shoulder. He's saying, I think I'm done with this now. Closing a chapter on certain things, cutting ties, cutting cords if need be. Because when you do that, you'll have more space, more energy to focus on what matters most. And this will help kind of center and ground you like we talked about earlier. He also just looks a little dispassionate or a little bit bored. And there could be something in your life where you're going through the motions, that circular energy that I saw in dreams. So if it's time to say goodbye, say no, create boundaries, somehow disconnect, please do that. It's going to help you on all levels this month. All right, glancing at the cards to see what else is coming through. This is about meditation, the consciousness card. It can also be about education, but it's time to do things that feed the mind, that keep you curious, that keep you engaged, that allow you to connect to those levels of higher consciousness. Five of Pentacles, a cold, a burnout period in your life where you're just feeling a little run down. Please take care of yourself and get that ample rest, exercise. Make sure your diet is supportive of all of these things, and that's going to help you out. We talked about earlier the importance of hydration, also just reproductive health. If it's been a minute since you've gone to the urologist, OBGYN, or just your general physician, now is the time to book an appointment there. You can and you will be able to rebound from this Five of Pentacles moment or from whatever might be going on here, provided that you kind of take the reins and take care of it. One area where I'm seeing a little bit of the stress sit is in the heart space for Pentacles. When you're unhappy, sometimes the stress kind of sits in the chest. It might be hard breathing. It could kind of come through as blood pressure or something of that nature. So exercise, rest, meditation. I'll keep saying this because those things are going to be magical, effective, and essential to your general health this month. The final card in this spread also is important: balance. Everything has a space and a time and a reason, and as long as you are creating balance in your life, you will be fine. Let's move on to what's coming through next. This is your wealth, resources, life purpose, and career. We have the Chariot card. Chariot is one of my favorite when it comes to this area of your life because it represents the ability to create something that can go the distance. Chariot, after all, is one of the moving cards in tarot, but it's also one of the fighting cards. In war, this was something that would lead the battle or lead the charge. If you care about something, if you want something, stand up for it, articulate it, fight for it, and you have a chance of making things work. You'll also notice that this is connected with collaboration, cooperation, and more importantly, coordination. So there are usually two animals, or in this case, sphinxes in the foreground, and then we have a leader in the background. The key to success this month is in helping people find a common or middle ground, and this comes through diplomacy. And that also is supported by this. Not everybody can get everything that they want, including you. If you can take a little bit of each of the common goals and say, if we try this, it's going to check most of the boxes, I think you can move something forward. Another thing here is to just stay on top of things. This is also very much a project manager card. So even if you're doing it for your own life, it's saying create a schedule, create a budget, stick to it, hold other people to account, weigh out all of those options and make sure that they fit into the budget. And if they don't, adjust when they can happen or if they can happen. Ultimately, it is a card of success, but it requires all of the things that we talked about: leadership, discernment, cooperation, and also that ability to basically help people see the common goals, so diplomacy. All right, just high-level energy and information for everybody. Don't accept less than your worth, and if you have an unreasonable expectation in front of you, whether it's a class assignment or a project at work, or you're trying to take on more than you can in your life and the job isn't supporting it, so you're just looking at your resources, this is about getting real. You can ask for help from someone else. This can be a loan, or this could be a collaboration or a partnership. That is going to help you from stretching yourself too thin. And this is a realistic card. Six of Pentacles is saying, how much do you need now? And how much is necessary, not just wanted. And if you can kind of phase things out over time, that's going to help you and really help avoid burnout. Integrity is everything. If you say you're going to do something and you don't, it will come back and kind of like blow up, and you don't want that. Avoid gossip. If you need to deliver constructive feedback, go straight to the source. Don't play a game of telephone. Don't talk to someone else and complain. Just keep it all above ground and keep it positive if possible. I really, really feel positive about these three cards in the center. Once you get your emotions under control or kind of deal with any sort of stress that might be coming through, we have the ability to partner up well, an external source that might be coming through to assist you, and then things manifesting quickly. There's more than one way to get things done. So the other thing you want to do this month is make sure that you're researching all options in front of you. And then just high-level notes here. I think that the biggest opportunity this month is in your own ability to kind of step out as a leader, not to give up, because you will accomplish what you set out to do, whether it's a project or finding a job or passing a test. All things in this category, when we're looking at self-improvement, wealth, and resources, it feels like you'll find the balance. And you're getting everything balanced. And for some of you, this is requiring a little bit of accounting and a little bit of auditing. So if it's been a minute or two since you balanced your checkbook or made a budget or looked at needs versus wants, that's the big key this month, okay? Overall, fairly optimistic, I would say. And I really think the big key to success is the partnership energy, external resources, and things starting to manifest quickly. So you want to get ready, you want to show up, and I feel like some great things can happen this month. Let's move on to the next category, which is love and relationships. There's a theme this month, Libra. You have the Ace of Cups, and surprise, surprise, this one's also reversed. So let's break this down on like how important this is right now, because if you believe in yourself, if you're passionate, if you're excited about things, the sky is the limit. And I really feel like multiple things could be coming through. An ace can be good news. Why is it reversed, you ask? Well, because you might be holding yourself back, afraid of rejection, because you're thinking, if I just stay where I'm at, it'll be safe. I'm afraid to put myself out there. But ultimately, this is a month to really reveal yourself, be who you are, and let go. Shed some of those skins from the past, those old versions of yourself. Actually, that's what this is kind of like, is multiple stages in development. And just like a snake would have to shed multiple skins, multiple versions, I feel like that's what's happening for you. This is discernment when it's reversed. Something may come through and you're thinking, it doesn't vibe with me, it's not enough, or I don't want it. And guess what? That's okay. Particularly if it's in a relationship. This month in particular, I mentioned the importance of karma. If there's someone who made you feel less than, if there's someone who hurt you, or if there's something or someone that you're holding on to, however you need to process and release it, do it. It doesn't always require communication with said person. You can still have healing happen after someone has passed into spirit. So for those of you that might be dealing with familial wounds, but the parent, grandparent, or relative is long gone, you can still work on it in spirit. And you deserve to be happy. I do love how we have a phoenix on this card. The phoenix has made a few appearances. It's also showing up here in the previous category. So this month, you can overcome any obstacle or odd if you put your mind to it, okay? But meditation, self-care, and discernment are key components to relationships. Can you find love? Yes. Can you go deeper in a relationship? Yes. Can you make new friends or connections at any stage or phase of life? Yes. Because we see the focal point here in kind of like figuring out where you stand with love and relationships. So one of them can go the distance here. But I'm also getting the energy of being overwhelmed. These are heavy emotions. You may not be ready for it, but it does look like you've done some of the work to successfully navigate a relationship if it comes in. If you're in an existing one, it just feels like the importance here is being truthful and working beyond your own sort of limits. In every type of relationship this month, insecurity could be playing a role. So you want to heal that younger version or that rejected version of yourself in the past and just say, I dismiss it. I'm stronger and I'm smarter in this moment in time. If you're connecting with someone in any aspect of your life that can't give what you're ready to give, because we have you showing up really strong with the Queen of Pentacles, and we have someone here or something here holding back, you can do better. You shouldn't have to change yourself for approval or success, and especially you shouldn't have to sacrifice happiness. This is a time and a period where I really feel like love is knocking and friendship is knocking at the door. And it's a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, because we have water, water, water. And we're going to get to destiny in a second, but the shark is also like the King of Cups. So I'm feeling that energy of water coming through for you. Even this is indicative of a water sign. So this is a good thing if you're ready right now. And that's the question. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you want? And are you ready to take the leap of faith? Because you can level up in relationships. And you can also leverage all of the people energy that came through, particularly the Four of Wands here, to forge some new relationships in business, friendship, or love. It's a great month for that. And water is everywhere. To that end, I gave you a preview of this, but we have the shark coming through here in destiny. And you'll notice that there's a little helper word there, and it says purpose. And the other thing with the shark is it really doesn't rest. It's always thinking of the next thing. So this is about strategy too, purpose and strategy. The shark in the reverse position, you might just have to look at something from a different angle, much like we were talking about with the Three of Wands. Shark is an apex predator, the king. That's why this would be like the King of Cups. King of Cups in reverse, coming through twice in the reverse position. Some of you are just overwhelmed, and it could be good. You know how there can be happy tears when you accomplish something amazing? This could be that. Either an opportunity that you've waited so long for, or something euphoric in a relationship where you're like, oh my gosh, this is serious. So keep your head on straight, ground yourself, and take time to breathe. This is also about communication, because I think of a shark and I think of its mouth and its ability to take things in. So speak up. Even though it's like King of Cups and it's reverse, I'm still getting sort of like communication. So speak honestly, clearly, and authentically, and share it from the heart space. As long as it's heart-centered and heartfelt, I feel like the message is going to land. Okay? All right. Ask one last question, anything that you need, and I will see what Spirit has to say on that. Let me go ahead and grab the cards here, and let's turn down the camera and see what Spirit wants to answer. So go ahead. It can be a yes, no. It can be a specific question, and I'll do my best to interpret. Oops. The cards want to go everywhere. All right, we have Five of Swords coming through. If you asked a yes or no, the Five of Swords shows that it's a not right now. It's a no. The reason being is whoever or whatever you might be connecting with, it feels like there could be communication challenges in the long run. They may be argumentative, or you may have the inner saboteur coming through and saying you're not ready or you're not good enough yet, which echoes the other five, the Five of Pentacles in the past. So know your value, know your worth, and work on that before taking a leap of faith into this. There are people in your life that just can't see things from the higher perspective. They're going to be negative. Take everything with a grain of salt and consider the source. Not everyone is worth listening to, and not everything is equal when it comes to feedback. And ultimately, don't worry so much about what people think. You're never going to please everyone. And that can start to get into your mental health and happiness and your ability to succeed. All right. That, my friends, is everything for this month. I think Apollo's back, so let's give him a little pat on the head and then we'll wrap up. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Yes. All right. I just want to say thank you so much for showing up today. I'm going to talk about a few ways to get in touch. You can see all of them here on my website. One is to sign up for my newsletter. It's free. It helps you stay in touch if there's any major news or announcements. You can also follow me on social media. All the platforms are listed here, but they're also on the website. From my website, you can give back through PayPal if you would like. And as I mentioned earlier, for those of you that want to go a little bit deeper and have a full reading, you can book it from my website. Right here on YouTube, you can give back through super stickers, super chat, or becoming a member. And that, my friends, is everything for this month. Take care of yourselves. Remember to check out my daily videos, my monthly and my weekly videos, all on the main channel page. And I do a live stream every Sunday around 9:15 a.m. Pacific, so I hope to see you at one of those as well. Take care.